part 2 of my trip to Kanab, Utah. On the way home from Red Rock Canyon, which we did a private tour, which you guys can see on my previous video if you want to watch the full vlog, we decided to stop at this particular cave, which is called Belly of the Dragon, and we thought that this was natural made. This is definitely not natural made. This is man-made, so somebody cut this entire tunnel out. It's about a mile long. It's a pretty easy walk. It's super fun. So we walked all the way to the end of the tunnel and then walked back. It's really dark, so definitely bring a flashlight. Just to clarify, the entire hike is about 4 miles, so it takes roughly 40 minutes to hike the entire thing. And this wasn't very far from the Red Rock Canyon hike that we ended up doing, which was why we decided to do this. It was probably 20 minutes out. And then from Belly of the Dragon, we decided to go to the sand caves, which you can actually see from the freeway. It takes about 20 minutes to find the entrance. And once you find the entrance, you find that rope, which you follow with the little footprints, and you have to hike up the mountain. Once you hike up the mountain, this is what you see. This is open to the public, so people are carving and marking up the walls, which is kind of sad, but regardless, it's still cool to imagine that, you know, people used to live inside these things. It's super windy and really cold, but there's a lot of cool little nifty holes and things to see through and some random carvings. It makes me wonder how old some of these carvings are. I found a couple penises and a couple boobs, but, you know, immaturity at its finest. As far as that goes, it just is really sandy. And it was a fun little trip, and we enjoyed ourselves. And on the way home from here, we decided to drive through Zion National Park, and we took the scenic route. Don't look down. Actually, don't look down. It's kind of scary when you look down, but there's not much else when you walk further down the cave. It kind of just dead ends, so we didn't know if we were missing anything or not, but that's essentially where you really need your flashlight for, because the further you go down into the cave, it gets really dark. Zion National Park's drive took about an hour and a half. There's the scenic route, and then there's the secondary route that you can take as well. We did both routes. So we ended up renting a Bronco for this trip, which worked out perfectly. We took the top down, and we were able to drive through Zion with no problems, no complications. It was super fun. I was able to pop my head out of the top of the Bronco and get some really cool shots while we were driving. I'm going to have an entire video uploaded of that separately, but each section of the drive was a little bit different too. It didn't feel like you were driving through the same thing the whole time. And there was a lot of stopping points too. This is Angel's Landing. This requires a permit to go up, but we really wanted to see what this looked like because this is definitely on my bucket list of things I want to do before I die. But the more I stare at this, the more it scares me. And we saw a random person hiking up this thing on chains and hooks, and I don't know. Who he was scaling the mountain. That one, actually. I think I got a shot of it, which will be on the next video.